Hi, welcome to In Focus. I'm Daisy Woodbury.
I'm Shade Seymour.
I'm Oriane Deveau.
In Focus seeks to share unique stories of the University of the Ozarks, the River Valley, and surrounding areas within the community.
With a production crew with a variety of skills, talents, and backgrounds, we wanted to give our viewers something anyone could enjoy.
So the spring break is right around the corner, and our producer wants to show us some exciting adventures for the break.
Hi, welcome to College FYI. With the students at the University of Ozarks. With spring break right around the corner, you may be thinking what you're planning to do, or you might not have plans yet. But here are some students telling you what they're doing for this spring break.
So my plans this year for spring break is to chill with friends at home, cook famous dishes from at home, and do everything we love to do, like play cards, play makeup, dress up, and everything inside though, because it's still a pandemic.
I am going to New York, and my mum is coming out to visit, so I hope to go see some Broadway shows, do a lot of tourist attractions, and yeah, I can't wait to see my family after 7 months.
Just to probably play in the snow and learn how to make glazed donuts, yeah.
So this spring break's gonna be a movie for me. I'm getting my wisdom teeth out.
Me and a group of friends are going to Bora Bora for spring break.
So I'm going with the Outdoors office for the spring break trip. We plan to go to several places in Arkansas, do hiking, lots of rock climbing. We're gonna go camping. We're gonna go biking as well, so sounds fun.
I plan to go to Chicago to explore the U.S. because I'm an exchange student from France. Thank you.
I'm going to Florida to visit some friends.
This spring break, I plan on going to San Diego, California for my nephew's birthday.
Oh, wow.
It kind of holds a lot of culture, significance, because in the Marshallese culture, the first birthday, it's Marshallese, they call it a gamam, which is maybe like equivalent to an American's Sweet 16 or Hispanics Quince. Yeah. So I'm just excited for that.
That's awesome.
My friends and I wanted to go to Florida, but as a college student, it's not looking well for us. So we are planning to spend a week up in Fayetteville. We recently discovered that it's actually a real beautiful city.
You know what? I'm not doing nothing. I may just go to bed, get some rest, watch some movies.
My spring break plans are to probably visit my sister in West Virginia.
I'm probably going to go to Miami, Florida, or Galveston, Texas.
All right. I'm going to go home, and I'm going to go wrestle while I'm off, and then I'm going to get better at wrestling.
I'm going to be going home to Texas and spending time with my family.
Okay, so even though we have a lot of students who are traveling and going abroad for spring break, you may not have the funds to travel, but there are still a lot of things you can do in Clarksville. So come out, the sun is out, enjoy spring break.
Well, I certainly don't have any fun spring break plans.
Me neither. I'm gonna stay right here, right in Clarksville, and stay local. And speaking of local, would you guys drive 11 hours for bacon? Well, customers of a local cattle ranch here in Clarksville drove from New Mexico all the way to Clarksville. Producer Jared Hallowell gives us a look into a local cattle rancher and beef provider right after this break.
I'm Jeff Howard. I'm partner in Circle H Bar Ranch Meats, and this is our store. This is where we sell. I like to say this is the point of the spear because we actually grow our own beef and sell it here. The beef is raised by me and my partner and our families, and then the pork is raised from a cousin of mine, and we get the eggs from some friends who have an organic egg farm. And that's pretty much our thing, is that we actually know where our meat comes from, which is within Johnson County. Be a first generation rancher, you can't afford to do it as coming out of college. It wasn't feasible. So I went into the Army and was active duty for 21 years and some change. And then when I had the opportunity to come back, I can live off my military retirement. And basically what we're trying to do is basically the store is, we're just trying to make it pay for itself, pay for the store and pay for the ranch. If the ranch and this would pay for itself, it'd be a great opportunity for someone in the future, you know, within our families to actually make a go of it, hopefully. That's kind of where we're at. The ranch, which is 10 miles north of Clarksville in Harmony, what we call the Harmony area, we raise our cows and we cut a bunch of hay in the summertime, and it's just, and we'll have to get you out there. It's a good place to see, and we call it God's country and kind of think of Johnson County in that fashion. So when we have our meat processed, it's dry aged, it's hung for 2 weeks at a minimum. We don't add any water, we don't add any fat. Our hamburger is how God intended it to be. It's ground up meat, and what fat is there, but we don't add anything and we don't take it out. Like an 80-20 hamburger, I mean, somebody added fat to that burger to make it that way. We don't. Well, and we're open we open at 10 and we close at 5, Tuesday through Friday. Saturday we're open 10 to 2. But we've also, if people call and are telling us they're running a little bit late or something, we've stayed open a little longer for those. And if you buy enough meat or have enough orders, we even bring it to you. We've done that for people, especially some of our older customers during COVID. You know, they'd call and basically make their weekly order, and we'd go, you know, down the road and bring it to them, so that they didn't have to get out in the weather or, you know, all that. Especially when COVID was going on, people were a little nervous about coming out in public. I think it's a great opportunity to actually have something that's fresher and better for you, and you can taste the difference compared to, you know, Harps or Walmart or one of the other big box stores.
The University of the Ozarks is home to over 300 international students.
Some of these countries include Mexico,
the Bahamas,
El Salvador,
France.
Yes!
Wait, Ariane, that's where you're from.
Yes, of course, the country of love. Hello everyone, so bonjour en français. I come from France and our capital is Paris, and to be exact, I'm from Lyon. So my favorite food in French is bœuf bourguignon. It's a plate with red wine and I love wine, so I think that's why I really like this plate. After we have a very famous expression, it's oh la vache, it's like holy cow in English. And also, my favorite things in France is, I think, the architecture, because we are very beautiful building in France with so much stories. So I really loved our architecture. It's very different. Goodbye, thank you.
Many students here have unique talents that already add to the rich environment here at Ozarks. Producer Trinae LaFrance takes us behind the scenes and an up-and-coming aerial artist from the Bahamas after this message.
I know sports is important, but having the academic part along with it is a big plus.
I've discovered in myself, you know, a newfound ability to overcome adversity at all different angles.
At a Division III school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual. The end result in my mind is you just become a very well-rounded person.
Before I came into college, I didn't really think I'd be able to balance so much. It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
With a D3 school, there's a lot of time for other opportunities. The coaches expect a lot of you during soccer, but after soccer, that's your own personal time to really find out who you are and other opportunities that you can pursue.
By balancing all of my interests, basketball, my leadership skills, and academics, I'm able to better prioritize my life and to manage it.
Hey everybody, my name is Max Gibson. I'm a senior from the Bahamas. I have a major in biology, a minor in Spanish, and a minor in sociology, and I practice aerial silks. I worked at a summer camp this past summer called Camp Chenawanda. And I first started practicing circus arts with the flying trapeze and the circus team there. And then they told me I should try and do another circus act. So then I found the aerial silks and I bought the whole rigging equipment. And Mr. Hoyling actually helped me set everything up in here. And that's how I started this, actually last semester. So I started practicing the aerial silks in August of 2021. I bought all of the equipment and then it was just sitting there for like a week because I didn't know how to set it up. I tried to put it on the tree, but then I failed and I fell out of the tree. And then I asked Professor Hoyling to help me, and he helped me out. So then I've been practicing from then on right now. So the most difficult thing I think I've learned so far is the inverted climb and the one-handed knee hang because it requires so much like hand grip strength, and I really struggle with that, but I've been working on it pretty hard. So my favorite trick that I've learned so far I think is the waterfall slap drop. I just learned it this past weekend. And it's pretty difficult, so I'm proud of myself for learning it, but I'm sure you will soon. Two tips that I would give to somebody who wants to start learning circus acts are mentally prepare yourself, first of all, because it is a little painful, and two, just go out there and try it. A lot of people are scared because of how it looks. It looks a little difficult, but I wouldn't say it's easier than it looks, but once you are passionate about it and you have fun while you're doing it, it's gonna grow on you.
That must have taken a lot of time and dedication.
Yep, and between school, work, and figuring out what we want, the last thing on our minds is investing in ourselves, which is exactly what Max did.
School is stressful enough, and managing time and money can make things even more challenging.
Yep, and fortunately, producers Sade and Denzel give us a few tips on how to stay financially aware as college students in their segment, What's Brewin'?
Hello, and welcome to the first episode of What's Brewing. No, this is not your neighborhood tea spiller or drama segment, right, Denzel?
Right. As a matter of fact, we want to bring to you, our viewers, is a different type of tea.
more of informative tea or informative coffee, if you will.
And with that being said, my name is Shade Seymour.
And I'm Denzel Bullard.
Now, let's get into what's brewing. So, money, yes, that is the topic I feel like that is currently just going around. I talk about it a lot with my friends, with my classmates, with my professors even, just in terms of like, how do college students become financially secure, you know, financially literate, and just make smart moves with their money.
And I feel like with a little bit more information and a little bit more like education on the matter, we'd be way better at saving money or just managing money in college, you know? Luckily,
we will be sharing some tips with you, our student viewers, on ways to do that.
Yep.
We came across this article on Forbes.com by Asia Martin. She was a personal finance writer for Forbes. She also did a lot of other stuff. So I thought her article was pretty cool, and Denzel saw some tips, and we thought, let's share this with you. This is what's brewing. This is what people want to talk about. This is what people want to invest in and see like how they can just set up for a financially secure future.
Yeah, just better themselves financially. And one of the first tips, honestly, I know it's gonna sound stupid. Well, not stupid, but it's gonna sound like just cliche. But spend less money. Like honestly, if you want to save more, you gotta spend less. Right? So it's like,
I think mainly what the article talked about was those like spending less on dining out.
So in that instance, I would say to put a specific day or put a specific amount of meals that you allow yourself to eat out. So for example, instead of eating out whenever you feel like it, you can say, hey, twice a week, I'll allow myself to enjoy whatever I want to enjoy eating out, you know? And that's a way of kind of curtailing and cutting down how much money you spend on eating out.
And a controversial topic of like friend groups is splitting checks. And Asia Martin, in her article on Forbes, she mentioned that honestly, you pay for what you eat.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily feel as though if you go out in a big group that you're obligated to split a check. It's not, and I totally agree.
Yep. And that's another thing too. If you track your money, like if you can better see exactly where it's going, like you said, then you'd be way better at managing it. Like that's the best first step you can take. Is just getting an app or something that'll help you track your money and see where you spend every single cent. And then you would look at it at the end of the month and say, hey, I wasted like $15 or $20, $50 on this thing, and I don't really need it. I could cut that down or cut it out entirely.
She also talks about trying to cook and snack at home as much as possible. So like groceries nowadays, they have been going up, I'm not gonna lie.
Inflation.
But I do believe as though that when you snack more at home, it does limit like what you want to buy out, and you also can just like feel better spending on the weekend or treating yourself. I feel like that really helps.
Yep.
Yeah, so those are the main takeaways we kind of got from Asia Martin's article on Forbes.com. You guys should really check it out. I think there's like 10 or 11 tips on there. And then we, of course, wanted to throw in our own advice. And for me personally, I would say just try to grow a savings account. That's the best thing I think I did, was when I opened my checkings account, I opened a savings as well.
If you have all your money sitting in a savings account, from inflation and then from some people like slowly pulling at it and pulling at it and pulling at it, it's gonna be gone in a matter of time. But if you like just invest in the stock market, for example, you know, nothing crazy, just something like very basic, very broad, like a broad index fund, right? You can look these things up online, you know, teach yourself. This isn't financial advice. We're not experts.
Not at all. I mean, he has $2, $6 left on his declining balance.
We're not experts.
A lot of people are just stressed sometimes about money and where to get it from. And we just figured doing this segment would just help. Well, money as the first topic for our segment would be kind of ideal. And we just wanted to share kind of what we consider our expertise, if you want to call it, and with you guys.
I'd like to say too, like to sum everything up, we'd say for one, spend less money in general. Then specifically spend less money eating out, because that's always a huge thing. Then other than that, stop paying for your friends. I mean, you can pay for your friends sometimes. Don't get me wrong. You know, I love my friends. She loves her friends, I think.
I do.
And we all love our friends, right?
I do.
We want to spend money, help our friends out, and, you know, just have a great time. But to a certain point,
We
you
also,
gotta be like,
we just want to be aware
Mhm.
and make just financially conscious decisions. I think that's the biggest takeaway from this segment, is to just start thinking about where your money is going. Think about where you want your money to go. Think about those bigger goals, those bigger aspirations that you might have for the future, and just think of how the decisions you make right now could like possibly affect that. So with that being said, we thank you for listening in on our shenanigans, and we'll see you next time on What's Brewing.
What's brewing? What is brewing?
We also wanted to share a few announcements with you, our viewers, this week. Firstly, we have homecoming that's less than a month away. We have events from a student-led pottery workshop to an Ozarks Fest festival. You can sign up going on ozarks.edu/homecoming. We also wanted to talk a little bit about the Career Corner this week. There are many events happening for prospective job seekers and students who just want to invest in their future. There is a OPT job search on Friday, March 11th, a federal resume workshop on March 9th, and an Arkansas Blue Cross internship fair, along with many others. And lastly, registration is right around the corner, with seniors registering on April 4th. So with that being said, make sure to meet with your advisors, plan out your class schedule accordingly, and I wish you a great fall semester.
So Ariane, how much do you know about Ozarks?
Not much. You know, I'm only been here for 2 months, so every day I'm learning something new.
Well, we can all learn something new from Denzel, our producer, in his segment of Ozarks Trivia.
Good afternoon, sir.
No!
Would you be interested in answering a few questions with university? Boom. Okay, cool. Everybody thinks they're safe. They're not safe. They were watching me question somebody else. Thought they were safe. They're not. Hi. Today we're here with
Daryl Shaw.
Kenya Roa.
Oh, my name is Jennifer Johnson.
Iceland.
Daniel.
Marcella.
My name is Kerrigan.
Skyler. Mac. My name's Ivan. Brick Tucker.
All right, Brick Tucker, we have a few questions for you. Is it okay to answer them?
That's okay. Yeah.
All right, what is President Dunsworth's last name?
Is that Dunsworth?
You sure?
Yeah, it's Rich Dunsworth. So
You locking that one in?
I'm locking that one in.
Dunsworth.
Sure.
Dunsworth.
You sure?
Yes.
Dunsworth. Sure?
Why are you asking? No, stop. Dunsworth.
You sure?
Yes.
All right, you
That
got
was
that
a
one
trick
right.
question.
Yep. This one is a pretty hard one.
Okay,
What's
okay.
Chap's nickname?
What's whose?
Chaps.
I'm gonna say it's Chaps.
Sure, you locking that one in?
You got me questioning it now.
Yeah. Chaps.
That's his nickname.
You sure?
Yeah.
Chaps?
Sure.
No. Chaps?
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yes. I think it's Chaps.
Okay, she thinks it's
You're
Chaps.
just trying to trick me on camera.
What is his nickname?
Yeah, the chaplain.
Oh, Chops.
You sure?
No.
Chops. Sure? Yes. Who built the chapel? Me.
No. Who built the chapel? Oh, heck if I know. I don't know.
Well, I asked a lot of questions today, got a lot of answers. I said Ozarks Trivia.
And with that, I think we can all ponder Denzel's sanity just a little bit. But we do want to thank you for tuning in to this first episode of In Focus.
Stay on the lookout for the next episode that'll be coming out on April 9th. And also check our Facebook and YouTube pages, KUOZ, to look up for all of our episodes. I'm Daisy Woodbury.
I'm Oriane Devaux.
And I'm Shade Seymour. And we'll see you next time on
In Focus.